What will be your top priority in your tenure, and how will you measure its success? Starting with Kelly.
So, if I'm elected mayor, my first priority is really to take care of our flooding issues and our drainage issues. If we have another storm like we had 2 years ago, we will be in trouble. I know that we have a plan to address our pipes and our drainage in our city. However, we need to address those that are most seriously affected first. And I think that's where we kind of missed the ball. We do have a plan, but we're not really looking at what's most effective. And I think we need to start with what's most effective first and to just improve the quality of life for our residents. We do still have residents who are suffering with flooding and actually sewage in their homes. And I think that we have to address those to make it good quality of life for all of our residents.
Thank you, Marlowe.
Thank you for the question. I would want to work to reduce the complaints and faster response times to residents' concerns. What we've seen over the last several years of residents have had a number of concerns when it comes to city government and how it works for them. So I think coming up with a system that works for us, that reduces those complaints and response times, so the people actually feel heard and the people feel that the government is working for them and not against them.
Thank you. Next we'll have Daisy.
Sure, so I'm obviously going to advocate for the things that affect our daily life, but I'm also going to ask harder questions about how these decisions are actually being made, because like we were just speaking about, there is a lot of confusion about how government is working and why residents aren't being heard when they do show up to the Vox Pop. So making sure that we have a clear and transparent process and that citizens and residents here can actually understand what is happening is one of my top priorities.
Thank you. Chopper?
I think the infrastructure is a real important thing, but I can't say much more than Kelly did. So I'm going to choose something else to help your citizens be more aware. We want to continue the economic development. You recognize what's going on downtown. You've watched it for the last 10 to 12 years, which I've been involved in. So you've also seen it start going down Grand Boulevard down between Sweatman and Leaning Tower. You also see it on 19 between Main Street and Trouble Creek, or that area. But what we haven't done is do the economic development in the neighborhoods, which we've got programs to help them. We make them aware of those programs, like the CRA program. But we also need to address the area of the Palm District area, which that'll come up in another question, and also the 19 between Main Street and the bridge. We have a lot of open box stores and empty properties, and we need to address that as quickly as we can to try to match it with what's going on south of 19. And I also really like the sign that where everybody knows where we're at. So that part of it is part of economic development too. You can go from the Skyway Bridge to probably Citrus County. You don't know where you are unless you see the green sign that tells you where you are. But when you get to Port Richey, you know where you are.
Statement is